In today's episode, we wrap up our time aboard the Sky Princess. We enjoy some food, dessert, and entertainment. Then I spend disembarkation morning talking to a cop. You'll definitely want to stick around for that story. Final sea day aboard starts now.
Well, hello, good morning, and welcome to a late awakening. We all kind of slept in a little bit, and it is the final sea day. I would walk outside, but it's so freaking hot out that I can feel the heat from the door, and I just don't want to start the day off by sweating to death. So, we're going to go up to the buffet, get some breakfast, start the day off, hopefully with a donut, I don't know. And we'll see what we can get into today. I got a lot of ducks to hide. I want to go down to guest services and see if I can still book a transfer to the airport. We changed my flight earlier in the week, and now I need to get there a little bit sooner than I anticipated. So, thinking about checking that out, see if they can set that up for me. And yeah, let's see what malarkey we can get up to today. The final sea day aboard the Sky Princess. Let's go. Well, we finished up breakfast, went to the piazza because I wanted to go check out the airport transfer, see if I can get one of those, which I did, no problem. And then we went in the piazza. They were doing like a, what was that called?
It was an airplane.
Land the plane. They had a landing zone, throwing a paper airplane through a hoop. It was cool. It was fun. One of the kids won, which was nice. We got to see a lot of people very confident in their plane making skills be brought to their knees because they were unable to perform their duties as a pilot. My idea, I don't think they specified it had to be a plane. They were like, just make your own version of a plane. My idea was to take a plane up there and then crumble it up into a ball and quickly throw it through the hoop, because that was the goal, was get the paper through the hoop. And some guy stole that idea, or had the same idea, because great minds think alike, and it totally worked. Now, it only worked one time. A second guy tried to do that, and they did not accept that, so unfortunately. But, okay. Packing time. It's time for us to come to terms with the fact that this is our final day, and we need to go home soon. So, we are going to start packing, sadly. And this is it. What are you doing? Peekaboo. Peekaboo Patrick. He's not wearing any clothes, that's why. He likes to walk around naked for some reason, I don't know.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding. Alright, let's get to packing. So we have found our way to the lunch in the main dining room. I'm going to go ahead and put the menu on the screen. There seems to be a few things on this physical menu that is not on the online menu. Plus, this menu has like really good descriptions of everything. It just doesn't look as good or as clean on the video. So we're just going to have to take my word for it. Tons of great options here. Quite surprised and kind of upset because we only have one lunch to have here, and I would like to have more than one with the stuff that's on this menu. But we will try everything we can and try and pack it all in, because this is one of the final meals aboard this beautiful ship. Yes, I would like to try the calamari fritta. And the colossal fries. And if I could do the street tacos with chicken and the Thai spring rolls. And then I'll do the signature burger.
And the dessert?
I don't need one. Thank you.
One for you.
Trying to be healthy. Well, we walked around a little bit more. I went and got my first official ice cream of the ship on the last day. It was very good. Back to the room, finish packing up. We're winding down, guys. We're winding down. Well, we are in the piazza. We have been sitting here. My feet are numb because we've been sitting here for so long. A violinist group came out and started playing. There was a bunch of dancing and stuff. We're sitting here just hanging out, which is like everything you could hope for on a cruise. Just chilling. You know, it's like you can't. Cruising is whatever you make it, and this princess level of cruising is very much have a seat with your friends, play some cards, have a drink, listen to some music, enjoy some entertainment, but really enjoy the people around you. More so than like, oh, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. They have all the trivia and the shows and all the stuff, and they have all that stuff, but oh, they're doing a sail thing down the hall. I was like, where's that? God? God?
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a super chill environment for the cruise, which I think is great. If you're really down for more of a more relaxed vibe, I think this is absolutely wonderful. Would definitely do a princess again, absolutely. Everything has been really, really great, and I look forward to talking more about it in the review and diving into some of the food and entertainment and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep sitting here now. We're having a great time. We have made it here to the dining room for dinner, our last supper, if you will. And on the way, we found a few duckies. We're having a blast. We are having a well, those that are worthy of ducks. You came by your duck dishonestly, so the duck gods do not honor you.
Dishonor on my
Dishonor on your family. Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, so yes, we are here for dinner. I will go ahead and put the menu up on the screen for you. It looks like a wonderful menu, of course, for the Last Supper. But we are super excited, hungry, ready to eat. So let's get to it. Hello. Can I do the seafood medley?
Sure.
And the crispy salmon cake?
Okay.
And a shrimp cocktail?
Okay.
And then I will do the prime rib.
Okay. How will you like me to prepare it?
Let's do medium. Thank you. So Patrick has found ducks, but he's never hidden ducks. So I gave my last two ducks to the boys and told them to hide them so they can be part of that world.
How did you get the name the Smooth Criminal? You are horrible.
See you later, ducky.
Not bad, right?
No, perfect. Do you want to go put it out on deck?
Out there.
Or do you want to go down to the piazza?
Yeah, we'll go down the piazza.
Okay. Quick. How do you feel about hiding your first duck?
I feel pretty good because that was a good spot.
That was a good spot. How do you feel about hiding your you're shorter than he is. How do you feel? How do you feel?
Just not realize that.
How do you feel about hiding your first duck?
I'm pretty crushed because the first spot I was going to do, I was told no.
Yeah.
The second spot I was told no because it had some exposed wire.
Yeah, we don't.
He wanted me to yank out of the light.
Yeah.
Some minor safety hazard.
Okay, so obviously we want to try and be as inconspicuous Bro, I could see him just walking out in the middle and just walking away, mic dropping it. Did I hear you guys have peanut butter cookies? Can I have 2?
How'd you get 2?
Because I asked him for 2.
Oh, okay.
You literally asked him for 1. So he gave you 1. All right, you've done it.
I think that's a pretty good spot. Not as good as in the light fixtures, but probably less of a safety hazard.
Well, we are ending the night and really the cruise as we began, just hanging out. 3 dudes talking about life, love, the pursuit of happiness, hopes, dreams, goals, etc. And planning our next boys' vacation. It's been a wonderful time aboard the Sky Princess. We've had a great week aboard, food, fun, friends, and our fill of inside jokes. We're probably going to start a podcast, so stay tuned for that, if you dare. We've had a great time. I've had a great time. I'll speak for myself here. I don't want to speak for them. I've had a great time. It's been wonderful getting to know Patrick and Jason more than I knew them before. We've all met through cruising or the cruising community, and these are my boys. You know, this is friendship in your adult life, which sometimes is hard to find people to talk to, people to hang out with, and just be, you know, just exist. Life is full of turmoil and things, and it's hard sometimes to go it alone, you know. So this was, for me, a much needed break from just the monotony every day, the minutia that we get caught in the daily grind as an adult. So I really appreciate these guys and their willingness to participate in the shenanigans and the YouTube life and all this stuff. And I'll link their channels down below. Definitely go check them out. It'll be really interesting to see the 3 of ours comparison of this vlog. We all were together most of the time, sometimes separate, and sometimes we went off and did our own things. But I think inevitably you will feel that the 3 of us had a wonderful time aboard the ship, and we would do it again. So with that, I will see you guys in the morning as I head over to MIA. I booked the shuttle transfer through Princess, $29, and they'll take my bag to the terminal. Then I'll take it to the shuttle, and it is a bit of a longer drive from the port to MIA as opposed to Fort Lauderdale Airport. So $29 to MIA, $19 to Fort Lauderdale for the transfer, which is going to be cheaper than an hour-long Uber for me. So that's why I went with that. Obviously, if you have more people, it's a little bit different, but for me and just me, it's cheaper for me to do it this way. So then I'm going to call it quits for tonight, and we're going to pick you guys up in 1 second, bright and early, as we sadly leave the Sky Princess and head home into the arms of my 2 wonderful girls waiting for me at home, who I miss dearly. I'm getting off the ship. It is 6:37, and the gangway's open. I don't know. Well, the time is now 6:50, and I am sitting on an empty bus that will be heading to MIA. That was seamless, flawless. I walked up to them and I said, on the ship, there was people standing there, and I said, "Are we allowed to get off now?" And they said, "Yeah, you can go ahead." I'm like, all right. So I went, and I came into the terminal, and all of our bags are there. And they said, we're just about to open up the luggage once they finish up, because they do it in sections. So they had 3 of the sections done, which is all the transfer people. I was in that transfer group. I saw my luggage sitting right there. I said, okay, go get your bag. So I grabbed my bag. I walk up to customs, and they said, look at the little camera thing. Okay, you don't even have to stop, just keep going. And then I walked out here, and there's a sign for airport transfers. And I walk up, and they go, you going to Fort Lauderdale, you going to Miami? I said, Miami. He said, get on that bus. And here I am. I walked out of my room at 6:30 something, and not 10 minutes later, I'm a free man, back in the free world. Pretty good debarkation process, if I don't say so myself. I was expecting to go sit and chill for the next hour, but I guess they're just like, hey, if you're here and you're not in anybody's way, might as well have one less person on the ship when it gets busy. So it's cool. And now we head to the airport.
Hi, need to stop here and give you guys some context for what you're about to see. So, I originally had a flight booked out of Fort Lauderdale later in the day, like 6 o'clock. And Katie really wanted me to come home. We had a whole bunch of stuff we were trying to get done. And unfortunately, there wasn't an earlier flight until all of a sudden there was on Southwest. So we decided, hey, let's bite the bullet. We'll get it, spend a couple extra bucks, and we will book this second flight for earlier in the day because we couldn't cancel the first flight. It was too close to cancel the first flight. But let me buy this second flight. That way I can get home a lot sooner. And so that's what we did. We booked with Southwest out of Miami. So instead of me going to Fort Lauderdale for a 6 p.m. flight, I ended up going to Miami for a much earlier flight. Well, when I got to Miami, I sat down to have some breakfast, and my flight got canceled, completely canceled. And then all of Southwest went out, okay? Every flight was canceled. And it was an absolute nightmare. And so I go to the ticket booth. I'm trying to find what's the alternative because there's no other flights leaving for the day. And the flight that's leaving tomorrow morning is now fully booked because all the people that got canceled are trying to move their flights. So I go up there and I say, well, what are we doing? What can we do? And unfortunately, they said, you can't do a damn thing. Now, thankfully, I still had that flight from Fort Lauderdale. So I ended up saying, you know what? I've already checked my bag. My bag can fly Southwest to Tennessee, and I'll get it eventually. I am going to go to Fort Lauderdale and fly on my original flight, which was really late. So I booked an Uber, went on to the app. I said, I need to get from Miami to Fort Lauderdale, and then I'll take this later flight. So I get in the Uber, and unfortunately, he doesn't speak any English. Which is fine. It's Miami, so, you know, but whatever. C'est la vie, or whatever they say in Spanish. And so I get in the Uber, no big deal. We start taking off. And I don't know if it was this guy's first day or he just doesn't drive or something, but him and the GPS were not agreeing on what they should be doing. And he decided to make an illegal U-turn onto an off-ramp of the interstate. So we are driving the wrong direction up an off-ramp that is a blind corner, and coming off the off-ramp straight into us is a sheriff. And so thank God the sheriff was paying attention, because he comes blasting around this off-ramp because he just got off the interstate, and he almost head-on collision with us, and there's nowhere to go. It's a single lane, guardrails on both sides, under an overpass connection. And this cop, obviously, flips on all his lights, which there's a ton of cars behind him, slamming on brakes and honking. And this driver is just like, oh, what's happening here? I don't understand. So the cop gets out and comes unglued on this guy. Starts screaming and yelling, "What the F are you doing? You're crazy, you're gonna kill everybody, blah, blah, blah."
You have no idea how to drive. No idea how to drive. Are you a passenger?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, this is not the way you drive. Stop your car. You're gonna turn and backward and go over there. You're gonna stop on the right side. You cannot drive. This is not the way to drive.
I'm trying to understand.
Okay. Stay in the car. Go straight and go back and pull to the right. Go straight here.
I'm here.
Go straight back and you're gonna go this way.
So he tells the guy he needs to back up, okay? Because he's pulled up this off ramp. There's no place to like turn around because it's literally a single lane with like a guardrail and a massive curb. So he tells him to back up. This guy, swear to God, this guy like ping pongs off of the guardrail. I mean, he is scraping his own car along the guardrail and the curb because he cannot back in a straight line. Now, obviously, he's probably shaken a little bit because he's getting yelled at by a cop. He's driving the wrong direction, and this is his job, so he's probably worried about what's happening. Of course, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, my day started out so well. Easily get off the ship. I mean, walk off, grab my bag, get to the bus. I'm the first one in the bus. It was an easy ride. Like, everything was cool. Then my flight got canceled, and I'm scrambling to figure out what's happening. And thousands of people are screaming because Southwest decided to just take the day off. And so it's this chaos, chaos, chaos. And I go, okay, well, I have this backup plan. Go to Fort Lauderdale, and I'll be fine. Should have just stayed with the original plan, but I missed my family too much. I wanted to get home. Silly idea. We'll just go back to the original plan. So I figure all the turmoil is behind us as I take a simple Uber from one airport to the other. Absolutely not. So this cop comes unglued. "You can't drive, blah, blah, blah." And he's looking at me and he goes, "Are you a passenger?" "Yeah." "You can't, he's unsafe. I'm reporting this, blah, blah, blah." And so he's going off on this driver. And the driver is just doe-eyed looking at this cop saying, I don't understand. Because he doesn't speak any English. And the cop is absolutely just coming unglued. Now, unfortunately, where we were at, because the cop was like, "This isn't safe. I think you should get out and we'll call another Uber."
This is the back window.
Where are you going?
Fort Lauderdale Airport.
You going to Fort Lauderdale Airport?
Yeah.
Okay. From here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to write it down, and then if you feel safe, then I'll let you go. But I have to write this down and let Uber know because he cannot be driving like this.
Okay.
Especially for Uber.
But we were on the side of the interstate at this point. Like, once we finally backed out and pulled over, we were on an entrance ramp to the interstate. So I would have to get all of my bags, my camera bag and stuff that I had with me, and I would have to go back down the side of the interstate, walking, to then find a place where someone could come pick me up. And I was like, "Bro, look, like, he can't make this, I don't care, just get me there." And so I ended up staying with this Uber driver, and I ended up contacting Uber and was like, "Yo, dude, like, this guy straight up was like, I guess I'll just drive on this road." And, it's a mistake, it can happen. People have driven on the wrong ways before, but not very safe, especially if you are housing other people. And more often than not, people in car ride sharing don't put on their seatbelt. So if you had been in an accident, it probably would have been much worse, kind of thing. So it definitely was an experience. It was a crazy, crazy story. Of course, once I got to Fort Lauderdale, I ended up meeting up with Patrick, who was also flying out of Fort Lauderdale. And so me and him kind of spent the day together till his flight took off. And then I had a few hours to myself to wait till my original flight to then take off, which of course was fine. I got home and everything was good. But the travel home day, I wish I had filmed more of it, but the travel home was just a crazy, crazy time, which was just a really fun way to end such a wonderful cruise. We had an absolute blast. Me and the boys are talking about when we're going to do the next one. We're itching to get on another one together. That was so fun. If you have the opportunity to cruise with good friends of yours, it is such a fun experience. And honestly, like, I thought it would be more chaotic. I thought it would be more difficult with the three of us in such a tiny room, but honestly, it worked out so well. And Jason and Patrick are some really great dudes. Again, I'm going to link their channels down below so you can go check them out. You can see their perspective of this cruise and check out a lot of their other videos as well, because they are some really, really great guys and put out some really good content. So that's where I'm going to close this video today. I do plan on having a kind of overview review of our entire time, and I want to break down some of the food options and the entertainment, things like that, stuff to do, and then of course the ports of call. So I will do a full in-depth review here coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. But for me, here on this video, we are wrapping up this series. I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe if you guys like anything cruising, because we cover all of it. So my name's Rob from Here Today, Where Tomorrow, and we will see you there. If you like this video and want to see more, please head on over to the channel and subscribe. And if you want to get notified, ring that little bell. We upload new videos every week.